going on, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Squawk and Seas podcast, your favorite Pokemon podcaster's favorite Pokemon podcast. My name is Kyle Cooper Rios. I am one of your talking heads here on the podcast, and joining me as he does every week from location in his home. We have an office now. The Pony Bottle Champ, Mr. George Fabray. George, happy Tuesday. How we doing?
I mean, it's a new office. It's my old bedroom, but it's also a complete, utter disaster. So we're still in the same boat as last week. I'm doing good, man. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. It's been a Tuesday. We've it took us a little bit later to get here. For those of you that aren't in on the know, me and George record these at a certain time on Tuesdays. And George accidentally took the wrong car home, so he locked himself out of his apartment. So
I'm always locking myself out of the apartment, huh?
If I had a nickel for every time you did that when it came on podcast days, I'd have 2 nickels.
It's like you're gonna start thinking I'm doing it on purpose. I think
probably at some point it's gonna get there, but
yeah,
it's been a Tuesday so far. I am in the midst of working overtime. The holidays are busy, so that's why the podcast schedule's been a little sporadic on the upload side of things, but that should be fixing itself soon. You just dropped something. Are you all right?
Yeah, we're good.
You're an absolute mess.
Oh God,
disaster. But I'm doing all right. The holidays are just crazy. I'm kind of just already over Christmas, and I just kind of can't wait for everything to kind of reset itself in a few weeks. But
oh no,
can you hear me,
dude? Oh man, Pikachu's ear fell off.
Oh my God. I'm keeping all of this in. This is very funny.
I'm really upset about this right now.
I'm sorry, man. But you know what'll make you feel better? If we talk about some Pokemon this week.
Yeah.
How about that? You want to do that?
Yeah, let's do that. Oh, man. It broke even more. Looking at it again.
Well, George is in disaster.
Other ear fell off, too. Oh, my God.
We'll get you a new one, honey. It's okay.
Oh, man. All right. Anyway.
Well, as George mourns the loss of his desk friend, we got a little bit of a show for you guys this week. It's been a bit of a slower week in terms of news, but there's a regional this weekend on the other side of the world that we can talk about. George registered for EUIC. We can talk about the local side of things. We have a possible, window for rotation, which is also interesting to talk about, as we are all anxiously awaiting when that's going to happen. And we're going to do our Squawk or Seas this week, but we're doing a little bit different. And I think we'll explain what we mean when we get there. So we'll make things quick. We'll round things up locally first. I just want everyone to know on record that George is a traitor and a jerk. And I will be leaving this podcast because George, let me just paint a picture for you guys. All that's jokes, obviously, but at our local, at the shop that we go to, our league leader, Jason, is a big fan of the show Survivor. So every format, every new set release, we do something at our locals called Dead Draw. It's basically where you can opt in to play for X amount of weeks at a time, and what you get for participating in Dead Draw, which I have props right next to me to demonstrate this, as George does too, you get these poker chips. And George, if you could flip the poker chip around for the people not watching on YouTube, it's an ability use marker. Our league leader Jason is very generous to make these poker chips that have ability used on it and the logo for the game we play on the back. So you can opt in to do that, and how it works is whoever does the best that week in weeklies, we play 3 rounds. If you're opted in and you go 3-0, congratulations, you're immune for the week. Like how in Survivor you can win immunity to save yourself from being voted out. Whoever else is up for elimination, you vote amongst your peers. You vote people out. Whoever wins at the end of the X amount of weeks, however many weeks we do it, you'll get more poker chips. And in some seasons, Jason's given out a cash prize of his own. So it's a lot of fun. It's a little side thing we've been doing since I've been going to the shop. We were doing the last season of it this past week. And I am a former Dead Draw winner in one of my seasons. So I was looking to get.
Know that.
Yeah, no, you didn't know a lot of things. If you would know if you read the group chat, but it's fine. It's fine. I'm not mad about it. Really, I'm not mad about it. But so we're in a little Discord server, and I was feeling pretty good about myself, and then we unfortunately ran into some scheduling conflicts. So multiple immunities carried over a few weeks. So only myself and one other person in our friend group was eligible to receive votes, and which one of us finished the worst would have been eliminated. So we all voted for George, and then George voted for me because he called his shot the week before, saying he's just going to vote for me.
Yeah.
And unfortunately for me, George, want to explain to the class what happened that day?
Yeah, so I said in the group chat, I'm like, yeah, we're all voting Kyle today, right? And then everybody voted me. And I was just doing a bit. Like, I had no intention of voting for Kyle. And then Jason says to me, George, are you voting for Anthony or Kyle? And I go, Kyle. Like, without even thinking. Didn't even know what was at stake whatsoever. And he's like, yeah, so basically, whoever does worse out of you and Kyle, you're the only two that got votes, will be kicked off. And I'm like, all right, so I'm just going to go 3-0. He goes, yeah, just go 3-0. So I went 3-0. And Kyle got kicked off, and now he hates me.
It's true. The rumors are true. I hate George now. You know what? Listen, man, it's all fun and games. I'm mostly just mad because I played some of the worst games of Pokemon. I got griefed so hard that week. I decided to play Turbo Moon because I wanted to play something different. That wasn't what I've been playing. And game one, I get paired into Miraidon. It's a weird game. I don't really get super set up, so it's kind of a scuffed win. I'm able to finish it out. Also, while trying to register for San Antonio Regionals, so I'll see you guys there. I was able to get it for San Antonio. And then my next two rounds, I got paired into decks that played Klefki, and then I just got Klefki locked. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't. I couldn't squawk. I couldn't play the game, and it was quite not fun stuff. My last game, I literally I unfair stamped my opponent into two cards, and their third card off the top deck, they got all three of the cards they needed to beat me. They got Rare Candy, Night Stretcher, and another card, and Prime Catcher off of whatever it was. They got three cards they needed to beat me, and I was like, cool, this just sucks. I didn't get to play the game this week. And then George, being a robot, gets paired into three fairly okay Charizard matchups. So, George did his thing.
Wasn't really. I played Gold Dango. It's not like crazy. I don't even remember what the other matches were. Oh, I played Harrell. He was playing Cloth. It's kind of easy. I forget the second match. I won pretty easily, though. I remember. I don't know. I'm just the best. I don't know.
Yeah, George just had to show up to work that day, and I didn't. So, it is
once I found out, this is the thing, though. Once I found out that it meant something, I was locked in.
Yeah, I guess.
And especially that I heard that you guys all voted for me. Oh, man. You
simply wanted it more than I did that week, and it's fine.
Don't make me the underdog, buddy. I'll turn up.
George also famously doesn't read, so I mean, he's had no idea what's been going on this whole season. So, but George is locked in to the Final Four. So good luck with that tomorrow. I won't be at the shop tomorrow because I got some stuff going on, so I won't be in attendance this week.
All right, that's lame, but sure.
I'm a lame-o. Sometimes you need to take the break, a week off from Pokemon. Yeah, it's so fun when you guys get to go to Toronto this week. So are you excited?
Oh,
how are you feeling? You feeling all right?
I'm pretty sure I'm going to win the whole thing. So,
well, let's hope for a consistent and fun day from you. So
yeah.
I know we were.
Well, there are some things.
How are you feeling?
Well, there are some things. I've been playing a certain list. I went to a cup in Chinatown this week. I won my first two games, lost my third to Lugia. They were playing the Saab technology and Water Pond with the, I don't even know what the second attack does. That does 120. I don't even know what it's called, but it's broken. And I was like, I need mana feedback. because then I got Kieraned round 5, and then I dropped because I was 3-2, and I was really, really hungry. And there was a chance of me making it in, bubbling in at 4-2, but I was just so damn hungry. I was like, I'm just dropping. We got some excellent dim sum in Chinatown, which was really the highlight of my Sunday, because I went out Saturday night and I was in rare form, to say the least. But the deck does feel really good. But our local sweat, Michael Bio. Well, I guess he's not really local, but
Yeah, we still claim him.
Yeah, we still claim him.
He's a transplant.
Yeah, he gave me a list, and I've been playing that on live, and it's a lot more consistent. So I'll be rocking that. And yeah, I think Charizard is really powerful right now, dude. To be honest with you, I think it's a deck where if we get set up, there's really no stopping Charizard at this point. And I feel very, very confident. There's a few things I want to do in Toronto, though. I want to go to the Hockey Hall of Fame. Obviously, we're going to get some Japanese barbecue, which is going to be phenomenal. And I also have to get these Jamaican beef patties you've been talking about.
Yeah, you gotta. Listen, are you gonna vlog this weekend? You gonna try?
So I don't have the little stick thing. Do I need one of those?
Not really. No, I barely used the stick when we were doing stuff. So
just use your phone. Yeah, I'm gonna try to vlog. I don't know.
Hold your phone like that, and then bada bing, bada boom. You have content.
All right, I'm gonna give it a shot. I'm gonna try to get some B roll, and let's see if I can deliver. Maybe I could bring some kind of use to this podcast one time.
George keeps acting like he's dead weight on his show, but he's not.
I really don't do anything. You edit everything, I just show up and talk nonsense.
Listen, you're just here so you don't get fined, as Marshawn Lynch said one
That's
time.
it.
So, but yeah, listen, I'm excited for you. George had like a come to Jesus moment in our group chat today about like how good consistency is in a deck. It was kind of crazy. It's like it's like a caveman discovering fire for the first time. It really was beautiful stuff.
I was just thanking all our friends. Thank you. I'm going to do well. Thank you.
It really was beautiful stuff. But listen, I hope for a successful run for you. I hope for a successful run to the gang.
I just want to say too about that cup, Silk Road Gaming. The most Chinatown thing of all time. It's like in a Chinese kind of like cafe where they have like a whole bunch of like different pastries and like bubble tea, obviously coffee. But
that sounds good.
But in the back, there's like a TCG store, and then you go downstairs and there's just tables on tables of TCG players. It was like if people were just smoking cigarettes down there and playing poker, I'd be like, yeah, this makes sense. Like, I totally get it.
That is very Chinatown. One of my, it was a huge Smash local that was in Chinatown for years. And it was a similar concept, just very narrow hallways. A lot of people jammed in one place trying to make the most of the real estate that you can. However, Chinatown is one of my favorite spots to go to for anything because there's this one like little hole in the wall spot. It's like the most like classic like quintessential like Chinatown like Chinese restaurant. Like they only take cash. They take cash in a box. They have like the roast ducks hanging in the window. It's the only place you can get roast pork over rice for under like $5 in the city. It's phenomenal. It is so good.
Yeah, I gotta look up the place. It was like called Nam Ma or something. We went to.
Yeah, sounds yummy. I love dim sum, so dim sum goes.
Oh, some of the best soup dumplings I've ever had. They had chicken noodles soup dumplings and then just regular soup dumplings, and we got both. They're phenomenal. Nam Wa was called the place, and it was like it was really cool. It was like a old school diner, like red leather seats. or like
Okay.
pleather seats. Like it looked like an American diner just selling dim sum. It was really, really awesome spot. I was very impressed.
That's pretty sick. Well, I'm glad you guys had a good time, and I wish you the best of luck this weekend.
Thanks, friend.
I unfortunately will not be in attendance. I will give you a full review of the Sonic Symphony next week because that's
Oh
where I will be
yeah,
this week.
you're doing that this weekend. That's also exciting. It's also fun.
I am very excited. I've been looking forward to this for months now, so should be a good time. But we'll talk about that more in next week's episode. If you guys make it back, if they let you back into the country,
Yeah, they probably won't.
God,
So
I wouldn't. So. But yeah, we do have some other stuff to talk about this week. As much as I have to sit here and keep talking about food, there is Pokemon to talk about this weekend, George.
God, I love food.
So this past weekend, we do love food in this podcast. We're big. Like every time when it comes to registering for regionals, the first thing George does is register for regional. The second thing he does is look at where all the good food spots are in the area.
Yeah, yeah.
It is very much his speed. But before we get into the results from this weekend, happy EUIC registration day. By the time this podcast goes up, you either gotten in or you haven't gotten in. So George is confirmed going to EUIC.
Yeah, it's gonna be expensive, bro. Like I'm looking already. It was expensive to get in. It was like almost $100. I don't even know how much it was. I didn't even check because it was in euros. 75 euros. I don't know what the conversion was for that. I think it was like $95 or something. And then, yeah, I was looking at flights. It's going to be about $430 round trip. And then I was looking at Airbnbs, and it's going to be another like probably $400. So it's $1,000 trip.
You just really aren't a hotel guy, are you?
Dude, hotels, man. I don't know. I'd rather be in an Airbnb. Rather like go back. I feel like you get more bang for your buck.
I guess you're not wrong in that regard.
Yeah.
I do value that comfort a little bit more. But yeah, listen, it's I was torn between EUIC and going to San Antonio. In retrospect, my February, I actually as much as I probably would have been spending around the same amount of money if I went to EUIC, but I actually have a prior engagement that weekend that I forgot about, so it works out that I didn't end up going. So I will instead be going to San Antonio, which capped. They're looking to open more seats.
Yeah,
so hopefully,
I might partake if they open up another wave, because I'm getting FOMO already. So
I'm excited, man. I want to go to the Alamo. I want to get a Davy Crockett hat. Like, I want to do the whole. Unfortunately, the Spurs play at like 12 o'clock on Saturday, so it's like, well, I guess I'm going 0-3 drop and going to watch Victor Wembanyama drop 30. So, no, I'm winning the event.
There you go.
Yeah, but I'm excited. I'm gonna get all my ducks in a row for that soon. I had to miss. My story with San Antonio last season is very funny. It was the week. I think it was about. Yeah, I think it was like 2 or 3 weeks after you got back after Toronto last season. So I got back from Toronto that Sunday night. I went to work that Monday, and my coworker quit. So
nice.
I was unable to use that. I was unable to use that last week of vacation that I was going to use to go to San Antonio. So I unfortunately had to miss out last year, but I'm very excited to go back this year. I've heard it's a beautiful city. It'll be warm, hopefully, in Texas in January. So I'm looking forward to maybe wearing some shorts. That'll be cool.
Cool.
I might buy like might buy a Becky Hammond shirt or something just to pay respect to the GOAT from the San Antonio Stars. Rest in peace. Not dead, just relocated to Las Vegas. So, I'm a big sports guy. I like going to I like partaking in the local sporting scene when I go to these places. So
yeah, I don't blame you.
Yeah,
same.
Should be a good time.
Same.
So looking forward to that. But now I guess we can finally get to the crux of today's episode. There was a regional this weekend.
The Perth regional down under.
Down under, indeed. And if you were like, "Oh, how come I didn't notice regionals happening this weekend?" Keep in mind, Australia's on the other side of the world, so their time zones are completely different than ours. And they don't stream the Oceania events, so everything you know about the events come from word of mouth. Top four of this event consisted of 3 Japanese players and one Australian player, and it was won by Kato Arai, rocking Gardevoir this weekend against Hiro Yoga, rocking the newly popular Cloth Terapagos deck. George, you're a Gardevoir enjoyer. I'm a Cloth enjoyer. I guess we both got a little bit of something out of this tournament.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting that the top 8 actually was split between Japan and Australia. And then the number one Gardevoir list played the dude, my guy in Gardevoir. Everybody says I'm crazy, but it's good. Tatsugiri. Yeah, I love it.
He's a good guy. Yeah, I think this Kato is someone who's, if you follow Pokemon events, he's one of Japan's best players. He usually does a lot of traveling on the EU circuit as well, and he's now locked in the Worlds invite, which is great because qualifying for Worlds in Japan by itself is very, very hard. You have the processes of how you have to do that. Getting into tournaments is hard. Qualifying for Worlds is hard. I think only like a handful of players from their region qualify every year. So it's dangerous stuff. So if you can make that job easier for yourself, hey, why not spike a regional and win? So Gardevoir over Cloth. Can't say I'm shocked. This matchup sucked when Cloth was relevant before. I imagine it still sucks just as bad.
Yeah.
This deck is only as good as what Cloth and I guess now Terapagos can one shot, and you just trade more favorably with Gardevoir. Cloth isn't as good as an attacker in that matchup because you are resisted by everything. So it's just not a fun time. I imagine Hero did not have a great time in that finals. But rounding out the top 4, it's a Araji, Nishiguchi with Quad Thorns, and Lucas Hamilton Foster with another Cloth Terapagos take. So quite the popular deck. A lot of Regidrago. Regidrago continue to be popular. There is a singular. Okay. Yeah, there's a Dragapult Iron Thorns here, which got a top 8 placement with the Toad's Cruel technology, which is fun. So Natalie Miller, one of Australia's best players, she finished in 9th with Regidrago. The Australians were on Regidrago. Rahul was on Lugia again, rocking the Lugia build from, I believe. Okay, no, he added in a Wellspring Ogerpon into his list this week.
Yeah.
So
that card is scary, as I mentioned before. It is frightening.
Yeah. In a format without Manaphy, that card becomes a lot better. I think as decks, don't cut Manaphy, you can kind of slide that card in a little bit more favorably. And also it gives you alternative win strategies. You can attach a double turbo energy, throw something in the active at the end game that with a high retreat cost and just sob over and over again to deck your opponent out. So back up for the back up it, by the way. You're coming a little hot. So there you go. You're breathing again.
Whoops.
Yeah, it's fine. Shout out to breathing. Anyway. Yeah, I think Ogerpon does have its wrinkle in Lugia. That's always like my 61st card if I have room for it. I think given the right metagame, I don't think it's that bad of a call. So, and Lugia, again, it feels like it's as high roll of a deck as it's ever been right now. You run the risk of hitting some worse matchups for yourself with Miraidon and Pikachu being a thing. But if Cloth continues to see popularity, Lugia always does well into the decks that try to cheese you out a little bit. It's kind of a deck that's very hard. It's hard. It's very jank proof. Just given how bulky of a deck it is, and it resists a lot of the sillier stuff. So I don't know. Maybe it's an option for you, but I don't see it. Being more than I think it's going to hover more around at 6 to 8% range in terms of meta share until it rotates, which we'll talk a little bit about more later. But you got any other lasting thoughts here? Anything interesting to you?
This Ancient Box list that came in, what was it, 26? Kelvin Duong. Or no, not Kelvin Duong. Milligan's wrong line. No, that is right. Kelvin Duong. Um, Playing the three flutter main, interesting. Playing a brute bonnet, also interesting. That's new technology there. Um, and really, none of the other stuff is kind of weird. But there's one binding mochi in there, which is pretty cool to go with the brute bonnet. I just
I do like that.
I haven't seen this version. I played against the Ancient Box this Sunday. They're playing Cornerstone Ogre Pawn, which I thought was bad. As soon as he benched it, I was like, "Let's go! I win." But only one dark patch, little sus, but interesting list nonetheless.
Yeah, I think the gist of this list is that like you try to get your guys powered up via the SATA, and you just try to chain those together, which again does leave you in some precarious situations, and you have to make some strategic cuts here for you know, you have to obviously play the ancient booster capsules if you're choosing to play the if you're choosing to play the brute bonnet, and then you kind of have to play the Pecharunt if you play the brute bonnet because you don't have great switching options otherwise. I like the vision for this deck. I think Ancient Box is a deck that I think as the meta kind of rotates and things slow down a little bit, I think this deck's going to become better because I just think there's too much bulky stuff in the format for a mid range deck like this to really garner any favor. I just feel like there's enough stuff that can kind of outpace you, in terms of damage and prize mapping that makes things a little bit difficult. But I like the list. I think it's cool.
Yeah, interesting for sure. And then there was one gold dango list that finished rather high. What number was it?
39th?
39th. Standard, pretty much. Nothing really out of the norm there. Not playing the Wonder Kiss, though. Playing Dust Gold.
Yeah, this is another variation of this deck that I've noticed making the rounds. I think Togekiss and Dark Dustnor basically try to occupy the same space where they both give you a leg up where you can accelerate your prize race a little bit differently. It allows you to take extra prizes. Dustnor obviously has the downside of like, okay, you're giving your opponent a prize card, but you don't mind giving up the single prize card in Goldengo sometimes. So you're playing a heavy count of Cypher Maniac. You play the full four, hoping to just draw on everything you need. The one count of Thornton, I do like. One Roxanne, that's pretty normal. Obviously, the Lost Vacuum is fun technology. I do think there's enough stuff going around with Bravery Charm and Stadiums being a big thing that you want to have another Stadium bump because you can only fit 2 Pokestop in here. So Goldengo's just one of those decks where like I wish I could play 65 cards because I just feel like there's like never enough space to get everything in there. I've been playing this deck a lot locally, and I'm always just like, man, I wish I had a Hisuian Heavy Ball. Like, I wish I had more room for this. I wish I had more room for that, but it just kind of don't really have all that real estate. But it's a nice take on the deck. I do think Dust Noir is just another fun way to play the deck.
Yeah, I agree. One thing I did want to bring up too, not really too many different A specs were played also. Seeing a lot of Unfair Stamp, the top Guardiolus, also playing Unfair Stamp, Trolley, Prime Catcher. I don't know if you want to go off script a little bit here, but I don't know if you saw my tweet about my tier list.
I did see your tweet.
Let me see if I can pull that up real quick. There it is. What do we think? What do we think? Pretty on par what we were talking about last week?
Yeah, no, I think this is pretty chalk for what we were discussing. I think all of the gist of the conversation. If you guys missed it, is that George and I were discussing the different A specs and where they might rank on a tier list, and we basically decided anything in A tier is like, okay, you can play these 3 cards. I'm not gonna blink an eye at you if you want to. You choose them as your A spec, and then you get to the A tier cards, which is just like very powerful cards within their own archetypes. Kind of unlock different wrinkles for certain decks, and it speaks loudly. Legacy Energy is very, very good in Lugia. It kind of elevates that deck to a different level. Trolley elevates decks like Cloth to a different level. Helping you expand your bench. It helps for decks like Miraidon. All those decks that want to play heavy support Pokemon, but you kind of have to worry about deck space. You're seeing those decks incorporate Area Zero and Terra Pokemon to be able to really set themselves up strong. And then Energy Search Pro just, truthfully just brings Goldengo up a tier. It's definitely the optimal A spec in this deck for a reason. Just being able to pop off that second turn and have a very, very solid, second attack going forward. Yeah, I think it's very, very good to have. So I think what we predicted seems pretty accurate. I think those top 6 are definitely going to be the most popular A specs you'll most likely run into.
Do you think that any of the ones put in F tier were unfairly put there that had more of a chance?
The only one I'd say has an argument to be a little bit higher is like Scoop Up Cyclone, but like that's literally it. I think Scoop Up Cyclone's like a C tier A spec. Everything else I think is pretty chalk. I think the rest of those cards are on the bottom are just like borderline unplayable, or just like there's like better cards that can do what you want to do. Especially like I didn't really like Master Ball, like with the introduction of Terra Orb, it's just like a significantly worse card. It's just like that card straight up sucks. It is so bad.
The only card that I think is interesting is the Amulet of Hope.
Sure.
Because you go get 3 cards out of your deck.
Okay. And Secret Box says you get 4 cards.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just like there's like better cards that do that ability.
3 any cards though.
Yeah, but like those 3 cards you're getting are probably the 3 cards you were going to get off a Secret Box anyway. It's going to be a supporter, a Pokemon, and something else.
Also, I think Dangerous Laser, as much as everybody makes fun of it, I think it might eventually be bumped up on the tier list here.
I don't know, man. I got nothing. I want that card to be good in something. I don't see the vision. You know what? It would be so good in a deck like Cloth if like you also poisoned yourself.
Yeah, because with the Electrode.
Yeah.
Or with Cloth.
It would just have so much more like flexibility, but that ain't gonna happen. So
yeah.
I don't know. We'll see what happens. Maybe we'll get a Poke Vital B, and then that'll do something with Poke Vital A, and then you'll have some like broken A spec combination we don't know about yet. But I don't know. I don't see it happening though. We do have a contention for a good A spec coming out in Prismatic Evolutions. It's like it's the Max Rod, the one that lets you get 5 of any combination of Pokemon and energy and put them into your hands.
Yeah.
That might make Chen Pao a good deck again. I think those decks that want energy back into the hand have another A spec to play, so Goldengo might even make use out of that one too. You can kind of streamline your Goldengo play. It basically gives you a 5th superior energy retrieval, which is cool. So that's a hot one to talk about when that set drops next month. So I think we were pretty spot on there, George. I'm going to give us a high five for that one. Good job. There you go. Slap hands. But in some, since we talked about Prismatic Evolutions coming out sometime next month, there is some other stuff coming down the pipeline. With a new year comes the ever hot conversation of rotation. We are quickly approaching 2025 at the recording of this podcast, and Pokemon's been pretty tight-lipped about when rotation is going to be. They usually are, so I'm not surprised about that. We don't usually get rotation news until like beginning of the year. I think we didn't get until like the first week of January last season. But we did get the announcement, or at least a speculative date on when we can expect rotation to happen. Trust Your Pilot TCG. For anyone that doesn't follow them on Twitter, they are one of the premier like content creators for TCG Live. They tell you how many credits it'll take to craft all the new cards. When to expect the updates, and they posted a tweet of which I didn't confirm anything, but the speculation is that standard rotation will be happening sometime in March. Because the format rotation will be happening March 27th, 2025, in TCG Live. And that came as PokeBeach announced that the first main set of 2025 drops in Japan March 28th. So people are kind of starting to read through the tea leaves that, that could be the time we can expect our standard rotation to happen, which also means that EUIC, which the last 2 seasons has been the new rotation IC, will now be a end of this format tournament. So, George, do you have any thoughts on this as someone that's going to EUIC, as someone that's now, prepping for a rotation? Have you thought much about it? Are we not there yet? Where's your head at with all this information?
Um, I love that they picked, Trusted Pilot. Like they put Radiant Greninja there. Like, keep talking about it. It really is probably one of the best cards of all time. And
1000%.
and then I also really love that they put Reggie Drago because, as you know, that's my sworn enemy. I hate that card. So I'm really so ready to get rid of V Stars. Like I want them gone. I hate them.
They're not good cards. I also am looking forward to playing with just what we have in the Scarlet and Violet era. The Sword and Shield cards, I think, as the formats have gone on and we've lost more and more of them, it really speaks volumes how a lot of these cards are so very, very good right now. You look at a card like Reggie Drago V Star, like you mentioned, you're a sworn enemy. One of my favorite decks to play right now, because it's so insanely good. That card was a laughing stock when it released in Silver Tempest.
Yeah.
So it definitely wins the Valedictorian Award of most improved, most changed throughout 4 years of high school. It definitely grew into being a top meta threat. But then you got stuff like, a lot of stuff that other people don't talk about, like Forest Sealstone, rotating out. Things like Rotom and Luminion, really strong, other strong V Pokemon, the few V Pokemon that are left, that are really, really good. Obviously you lose entire engines like Lugia, Archeops, all that jazz. So I also agree. I think once we lose those cards, I mean, obviously this is all speculative on what we get to replace them. I'm sure there's the power level is going to change significantly because a lot of these decks are going to have to retool themselves. But it's going to be fun to kind of see a lot of these busted cards kind of, finally be able to get put back into the binder. That being said, I will be sleeving up a V-Star for one of these last regionals that I'm going to. It'll probably be Reggie Drago for San Antonio. We'll see what happens. But, till death do us part, man. I think I'm also looking forward to seeing what comes in the future, too, because we're one step closer from Trainers Pokemon, which is cool.
You haven't played Lugia in a long time.
It's just not good right now. I'm not going to waste my time. I've done that before where I've jammed my head into the hole with Lugia, where everything in the room is just bad for Lugia. I'm not doing it again. I can't do that.
I don't know. I think with the water pond, it's actually pretty good. It's kind of scary.
That's fine, man. I don't want to play into Miraidon and the Pikachu and then just fight for my life because I'm gonna get knocked out.
Yeah,
it's fine.
I hear you.
Reggie Drago is my new best friend now. So
yeah, but I'm really looking forward to the trainer Pokemon. I think there's going to be some really fun cards. I can't wait till they release more. I'm just dying to know how broken End Zoroark is going to be.
It's all going to depend on what other ends Pokemon we get. So we'll see. I think now we have a proper release date of when these things are coming out. Because Japan's already gotten Terrestrial Festival, their equivalent of Prismatic Evolutions already. I've been seeing some deck lists kind of leak through the archives a bit featuring the new cards. Spoiler: that new Badoo card is insanely broken. It's really going to change how the game changes.
Yeah,
you
called that one. You're definitely right about that. It's
that guy is stupid good. It's really funny.
I think it's kind of good in Charizard too.
It's good in everything, dude.
Yeah.
It's so busted. Free item lock. It's like it's like I can't even describe it. It's like giving your 5-year-old nephew a 2 liter of Coke before they go to bed.
Yeah,
it's insane. So I'm excited to see how the meta changes because I think item lock is good for the game. I think being able to deny those decks, those very broken tools is good. So we'll see how that shakes things up. But I think now that that's come out in Japan, Japan tends to kind of keep the ball moving really fast on this stuff. So I'm sure once the new year hits, we're going to start getting more and more information as to what else is coming out, within these newer sets. So that's exciting. I'm looking forward to that. So, any other lasting thoughts on rotation, George?
Just get the V-Stars the hell out. That's it. Just get them out of here. That's it.
I will be hanging my arc. Everybody tune in on for March 29th. I'm having a jersey retirement ceremony for Lugia Archeops in my apartment. You're all invited. So I'm gonna hang it from the rafters. I'm gonna cry the whole 9 yards.
That's hilarious.
I did do this thing when Mew rotated. I took one of those 3 window pane things and I put my Mew cards in there.
Oh, that's cute.
Because I love I miss her every day. Love you very much.
Well, speaking of that, we're going to do a little Squawk and Seas tournament coming up soon that I think should be pretty fun.
Yeah, we are. We're basically doing like a pseudo expanded tournament where we're playing with all of the Sword and Shield legal. I think we're doing E block through whatever we're in right now.
E through H, but we're going to have a ban list. We got to start after Toronto. I'm going to really walk in on that and sort of figure it out. I can't
wait to play. Go ahead.
No, I just can't think about it right now because I need to focus.
You got to lock in, bro.
Yeah, but I think I do know what I want to play though.
I'll sleeve up Mew again. I don't give a hoot. Play Mew Terapagos? What are you kidding me? I get 4 Genesegs, bruv? Hell yeah.
Just Mew Trolley is just.
Oh my god! Give us just inject it into my veins, bro. Oh my god!
My first thought, and I'm okay announcing it, but Urshifu Terapagos.
That is really funny.
Oh,
I do like that idea.
It's gonna be busted. Little
excited.
dust snore action. Oh my god!
I remember back when 4 Seal Stones were $15 a pop, and trying to get 3 of those to play in your Mew deck was just pulling teeth. I got very lucky. I pulled 2 4 Seal Stones, so I didn't have to I only had to buy one of them at the end of the day. But I was like, my god, this card is so good. I made jokes for a long time that I should legally be allowed to exchange 4 Seal Stones for gas at the gas station. I'm just telling guys listen, it's worth $10. Trust me, I'm good for it. So
yeah, everybody's been making fun of me lately that when 4 Seal Stone rotates, I'm not going to be able to play Pokemon anymore because I can't play without it. So we'll see.
No, you can't play without Pidgeot. You'll be fine.
But no, I play Guardy though, so it's all slander. But whatever.
It is slander. 1000% it's slander. But we've now moved to the most fun part. I've been looking forward to this one all week, basically. So we're doing Squawk or Seas, everybody's favorite this or that game, but we're doing a little bit different this week. So we are coming up on the week after Spotify and Apple Music Wrapped. We're at the end of the year. All of your social media and devices, all these sites that you frequent, love to do these end of year wrap-ups. I'm a sucker for them. I love. I consume so much content, so I'm always I always look forward to these end of the year best of lists. And Spotify does their Spotify Wrapped at the end of the year, where it tracks all the music you listen to through a certain window of time, and then it ranks. It tells you how much how many minutes of music you listen to, what your top artists were, what your top songs were. It did this new thing this year where it made up these weird subgenres based on the music you listen to. It was kind of weird, but it does it every year where it just kind of breaks down what your favorite genres of music are. George, you like the Spotify Wrapped? Are you a fan of this social experiment?
Yeah, I am. I'm always curious every year. I'm not too crazy about it like a lot of people are, but I also don't. I listen to a lot less music than I thought I did, but
I thought so too. For myself, and I will say Spotify Wrapped is very telling because it really shows you the type of people that you can learn a lot about someone by the type of music they listen to. So I was scrolling through some of my friends' stuff on social media. I'm just wow, you really hung yourself out to dry with that one. Just some very you can tell who shares a Spotify account at the office or who has kids and stuff. And we'll get into that in a bit. So we figured we put some of our friends and a few of our podcast followers on trial today. So we're gonna take a look at the list, talk about it, and then we'll decide if we are squawking or seizing it in the car or not. So
right.
we'll we'll figure it out. So George has the PowerPoint presentation ready. So we're kicking things off. I believe this is Brad Brown's. This is Brad Brown's Spotify Wrapped.
I don't know how you know that. That's impressive.
Because I paid attention in the group chat today. You know what I'm saying? So
I don't read, so
yeah, well you can't. So that's half the problem. So
all right. So I'm looking at this Fly by Midnight. Don't know who they are. All Time Low. Love it. Elijah. No idea. For 08, no idea. Yellow Card. Classic. All those songs on the right. I got no idea. 48,000. You got to do more with your time. That's way too much time listening to music. Brad Brown, I am seizing your Spotify Wrapped.
So, all right, here's my thing. It's very clear that so Brad, judging by his top artists, likes a lot of like pop bands, likes a lot of like, you know, as most people in our early to mid, you know, early 30s, we love those like pop punk bands from our teenage years. No surprise there, but it's so funny because Brad's top songs are, a lot of them are like Bling Bling Bang is an anime intro. So I know Brad's a big gym guy. I think that speaks for why he listens to so much music.
Okay.
So
right.
I think a lot of it's like Sneakers, I believe, is by the band ITZY, if I remember correctly. I could be wrong on that. Brad, we should have done a little bit more research and like listen to like some of these songs a little bit more thoroughly beforehand, but I recognize some of these songs. So I'll squawk Brad's playlist. I like All Time Low. I think, and I like some of those anime songs. Some of them hit. They go hard. So
all right, yeah, good for you. All right, so Brad Brown, shout out Brad Brown. Dude, I can't wait to hang out with him this weekend. VGC legend nowadays.
We should have Brad on the podcast after Toronto. I think it'd be fun.
You know what? I don't know how he has not been on the podcast yet.
We gotta make that happen.
We're bad friends.
We'll talk to him.
Bad
we
guys.
are.
Yeah.
Well, you're a bad friend. You know, you voted me out. So
next.
Oh, where'd the photo go?
Oh no!
Here.
What happened? Hold on. Pause. Technical difficulties.
These things happen. This is what happens when we try to do things
live.
Oh,
I know what I did. I checked another text message on my thing, and that's why that happened.
This guy. Here we go.
Okay, I got it. All right.
There you go. We're back. We figured it out.
We're so back. Oh, we're so back. You know what? I could actually. No, I'll leave it the way it was. I can make it bigger.
Nah, that's fine the way it is. We can make this work with this. All right, so there's Brad's once again.
So I could do this. Does that do anything for you?
It's blank on my screen, so I can't see it.
Okay,
so.
then never mind. Next. All right. Action.
Next is.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, so next is a new to the nest, as we mentioned. Our good friend Andrew. Andrew's Spotify Wrapped definitely favors a lot of hip hop. So George, give us a rundown. How are we feeling here?
Oh, Action Bronson, it's so delicious. I love it. Kanye, big Kanye guy. Kendrick Lamar, aka Benz to me just a car, yes sir. Dance Gavin Dance, I have no idea what that is. System of a Down.
You've never heard of Dance Gavin Dance?
No, it's not me, dude.
They're like. They're still in that pop punk window.
The top songs, I know Not Like Us, and that's about it, I think. Or Easy Rider, maybe. I'm not sure what that is. But I'll squawk it. A lot of hip hop. I'm a hip hop guy. I like it.
Yeah, I'm into it too. I like you can't go wrong with any of these in the car, in my opinion. Kendrick Lamar is going to be featured in a lot of people's Spotify Wrapped. I feel like.
Yeah, well, when we get to it, I'm confused how he's not in mine. To be honest,
we'll get to it. We'll certainly get to it. You're gonna have your time in the sun here, son. And a very respectable 12,000 minutes listened for Andrew. Yeah. Maybe get your weight up a little bit, pal. You know,
kind of low, honestly, but that means
seems like a guy that only listens to music in the car. Seems like that vibe.
So good for him for only being in the car for 12,000 minutes this year. That's props on that.
Wish that was me.
Yeah. All right, let's keep it moving here. Do we know who this is?
I do. This is our league judge, and famously has a picture with System of a Down in his phone after we talked about it. This is Rob Barra,
Okay.
everybody, and Mr. Exit 56 himself. So I'll take the lead on this one.
Sure.
A lot of I need to I need to get Rob's story on this. But it's Idina Menzel, Taylor Swift, Kristen Bell, Motorhead, and Dio. So it's clear that Rob shares a Spotify account with somebody. Probably maybe his daughter is my guess, because Idina Menzel, obviously, Broadway star, Taylor Swift, pop superstar, Kristen Bell, one of my favorite actresses in Hollywood, and also famously the voice of Anna in Frozen. So it's a lot of Disney song stuff on the side. We see Surface Pressure, Let It Go. I'm a big Disney guy. I listen to a lot of Disney.
Singing that.
No, that Idina Menzel who sings "Let It Go." Kristen Bell is the younger sister.
Oh.
Kristen Bell also a very good singer. She one of my favorite YouTube channels is the dad. It's the I think they're called like the Dad Jam Band or something like that. They did a cover of "Islands in the Stream" with Kristen Bell. She's a very good singer and also a very good actress. So, I'm a big Disney guy. I'll squawk this. I'm into it.
I mean, I would not listen to any one of these songs. For those reasons, I would seize it. But I love Rob, and he's a great dad. So for those reasons, I will squawk it. But
I'm surprised
that Rob's, I'm seizing this thing 10 times out of 10.
Look, man, I have a very vast genre of music. I listen to a lot of Disney music when I drive, just because it's a fun way to get everyone kind of going in the car. Like, who's not going to sing the chorus to "I'll Make a Man Out of You"? You know what I'm saying? Like, that song rips. So,
like from
Mulan.
That song does. That
song goes stupid hard.
Yeah,
so, 10 out of 10. Thanks, Rob.
Good job, Rob. Uh-oh.
All right. You have some explaining to do, sir. This is Mr. Pony Bottle Champ's Spotify Wrapped. I'm gonna go in reverse. We got Future.
Just cancel me.
Love it. Artemis. I don't listen to Artemis, but I respect it. Post Malone. Can't go wrong. Love Posty. Morgan Wallen. Growing on me a lot. I'm not
he's canceled.
Country fusion stuff ain't really my jam, but I enjoy a lot of the I enjoy some of it. Number one on Georgia Spotify Wrapped for our non-video watchers. It's Drake. George, you want to explain yourself here?
All right. So if you look at the top song, the top song is IDGF, which I personally is just like my motto. I can't really sing it on this here, but it's pretty much implying that he does not care about anything in a explicit way, and he does whatever he wants. Whenever he wants, and he counts money for fun. So, if anybody knows me, that all checks out, right? That's kind of me in a nutshell. That song last year, when I first heard it, I was actually at the Toronto Regionals, and Yeet is a big Toronto rapper. And I've been just listening to it all year long. It's just kind of like my hype song that I listen to get like locked in, like especially before when I have like meetings that we're like going to close sales. I throw this on first, get in my zone, because I'm just counting money for fun, like we're about to get this bread. But yeah, Drake and Morgan Wallen is canceled, and I should probably be canceled too after this. But I'm squawking it because it's mine. I got to squawk it.
You should honestly be ashamed of yourself. I think anyone that has Drake, it's just so funny. Like watching the people that like post their like Spotify Wrapped and they have Drake in it. They're all just like trying to look, man, I swear it's a long year. It was.
Though, but I listened to a lot of So I really do like Drake. I'm not gonna lie. Like I'm a big Drake fan. I've always have been. Then the Kendrick Lamar beef came out, and then I was listening to Push Ups a lot too. I thought that went really hard. I like Drake, man. Whatever. I'm a Drake guy. Cancel me. Whatever.
You heard it here first, folks. I'll squawk it. You have a good taste in music. I have someone that's been in the car with you for long hours of time. I respect it. So.
I know a lot of music though. This isn't really like. Show, you know what song on here though is really good? Baby Doll. Do you know that?
I feel like I've heard it before.
It's from the guy. He was one of the actors in Euphoria.
Oh, I know the guy you're talking. Yeah.
I forget his name right now, but
Angus Cloud, the guy that just died.
no, it's not.
Oh, Dominic Fike.
Dominic Fike,
the other guy.
Yeah, I'm a big fan. Yeah. Big fan of his music, his work. He does very well. Yeah, whatever. I listen to a lot of Future too. I'm just like kind of hood, I guess. I don't know.
You said it, not me.
Yeah. So. All right, keep it moving. Enough about me. All right, this is Mr. Matt Tams. I don't know anything that's going on here.
I was so waiting for this one.
Kyle, do you think I've heard any of these bands before or any of these songs before?
No.
I'm going to let you say them because I don't even know if I'm going to say them right.
All right. Well, if you're not watching on YouTube, Matthew Tam, one of our constituents, world famous scalper Matt Tam, he loves K-pop. So a lot of Matt's favorite artists are K-pop groups. Day 6 I'm familiar with. New Jeans I'm familiar with. I like New Jeans. They're very, very good. I can't say I listen to enough K-pop to get myself through a conversation. But Matt and I have similar tastes in girl groups. I don't recognize a lot of these songs, and he said we should live react to his number one song. It's by Queer. I don't know how to pronounce that properly without getting myself canned. So.
Yeah, that's why I kicked it over to you because I looked at that for 2 seconds. I was like, I'm not doing it.
I'll hold the O for that one. So I'm going to listen to this privately on my ear right now. So well, maybe I'll edit a snippet of it into the old episode here without getting copyright stricken. I've listened to 10 seconds of the song and I already hate it. So it's so Matt, you are wow.
Did you see the comment that I made about his top 5? I think it went over everybody's head.
I did not see it.
I said, to be honest, we might use this to welcome to the show because it'll be the time of our lives in the Discord.
Oh, that's funny. Oh, that's good.
Yeah, it went over everybody's head.
You really you set us up for a softball there, man. We took that pitch. That's on us.
Yeah.
47,000 minutes of music listened to. Any thoughts on that?
He's a rock climber, so he's just jamming. I don't know.
It's true. I feel like when you listen to that much music, you have to be doing something else with your while you're doing it.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I'm seasoned, bro. I'm seasoned.
I'll squawk it. I like K-pop.
You're just such. You know what? You're a suck up. That's what you are.
I like K-pop. What do you want me to say?
Whatever, dude. All
right. Don't pass me the aux cord. You'll hate it.
All right. I don't know. Do you know who this is? Oh, this is Omar.
This is Omar's. So Omar listens to kind of. It's funny. I haven't really talked much with Omar about music stuff, but some things I recognize in here. Noah Kahan, very popular.
So I think this has to be a lot of his wife too, though, right?
You can assume that, yeah. I guess it's always fun to see like who might share a Spotify account with somebody else.
Because I can't see me knowing Omar, him listening to 41,000 minutes of music.
Yes, they definitely share a Spotify account for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, he ain't climbing rocks. So.
Yeah. But I don't know. He is like a UI guy and digital designer, so maybe he just gets in the zone. I don't know. Who am I to say? But I don't really know anybody here but Hoser, and I've never been a Hoser fan, so I'm seasoned. I hate everybody's music, I've come to realize.
I'm familiar with Noah Kahan. Stick Season is a very popular song this year. I work in retail, so I hear that song like once every 2 hours. Good song. I like Hoser. Birds of a Feather. Good song. Chance Pena, I'm familiar with. I don't listen to a lot of his stuff, but a lot of soft, dreamy guitar music being listened to in Omar's household. So, but it's like that sort of music. It's tough because like I like that music. I don't know if I want to listen to like that much of it in like a car setting. That's when I listen to a lot of my Spotify. Um, Dreamy music though, so I think I might have to seize this one, but respectfully,
Yeah.
culture.
All right. Well, sure. Did you seize it? Did you say seize?
I did seize it, yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, because it's like a lot of it's very like dreamy, like softer stuff. Not really.
That's where you draw the line, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I like that stuff. I don't want to listen to it while I drive. You know what I'm saying? I need to listen to something that'll pump me up.
Whatever. All right. I think this is Mr. Christopher Gonzalez.
This is Chris.
Is
for
that
sure.
is that stereotyping that I just figured that out? Or?
No, it's. I mean, you're just a really good friend, and you paid attention to who posted it.
No, I remember.
I love Bon Iver.
Yeah, I was gonna say I remember because I saw you said Bon Iver, and I didn't know Chris was a Bon Iver fan. I had his first album on record. I have that. Forgetting the famous song from that album. But
I think I know what song you're talking about. I don't want to go on a limb and
yeah. I also am a big fan of Remy Wolf, which he has.
I also
here.
like Remy Wolf.
Yeah, he's a disco man, and he's got a lot of disco planes. Yeah, that's yeah. I enjoy those two. Everything else, I have no idea what the heck they are.
Yeah, it's a lot of Spanish. It's a lot of Spanish stuff, and I
La
like
Duda. I think I know what La Duda is. That sounds familiar to me. If I heard it, I think I would know that.
You know what it is about like Spanish music? Like I make this joke with my friends. It's like as someone that's I'm Puerto Rican, you're Cuban. I don't know if you can tap Cuban. I don't know if you can attest to this or not. But like, I feel like when you go to a Spanish party, your parents have been listening to this. Your parents and your grandparents have been listening to the same soundtracks for like 40 years. So I feel like we all just like I could like walk into like a random like barbecue at at one of my friends' houses, and I can leave knowing at least like 4 of the songs that they play.
Yeah, no, I know a lot, especially like a lot of the salsa. Like I know a lot. I know way too much. Jose Iglesias and Mark Anthony, like way too much.
Elvis Crespo.
Elvis Crespo, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I listen to a lot of reggaeton though. Like you've heard me. Like I listen to a ton of reggaeton. So, yeah, I'll squawk it, man. I like Chris.
Yeah, I can get down with this.
25,000, respectable time too.
Yeah,
he's a working man.
Chris does work in a restaurant, so it's possible that we're just jamming out there. So,
all right. I think this is Juan.
This is Juan's.
So I did pay a little bit of attention.
Yes. So Juan's got top 5 featuring John Summit, Cascade, Swedish House Mafia, Linkin Park, and Pendulum. There is a lot going on. Some vast changes in music there.
My first takeaway from this is the 3,324 minutes listened because Juan's a DJ.
Yeah, it's true.
So I guess like on his free time, he's like, I don't want to hear any music. Get it away from me.
That is true. He might not be a Spotify guy too, but he also only sent us this. So maybe you're right. Maybe we should probably we'll inquire after this is over. But
yeah,
a lot of house music. I think Juan's kind of unfamiliar with his game.
Yeah,
I can't remember the last time I listened to a Swedish House Mafia song.
Swedish House Mafia. Back in the day, dude. Back in my heyday, going to DJs, fist pumping, bro. Listen to a lot of Swedish House Mafia.
Yeah, for those of you that don't know, George is pushing 50 years old, so he's
but
a lot of house stuff. I'm into it. Though.
I have no idea who John Summit is, though.
He's like a Coachella
okay.
EDM DJ. So
yeah, I'm not familiar with his game, but yeah, I'll squawk it. I like it.
Linkin Park is cool. I like
Linkin Park. Yeah, I always like the was the Linkin Park and Jay-Z from the 90s.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, I think that was like what they performed at the Grammys or something, right? Like that was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll squawk it. I'll squawk it. I like this. I like house music and when I'm in the right mood for it. So All right, this is Mr. Anthony Guevara's, your sworn enemy in the group chat. Hater
Dude,
number one in the George Fabray list.
but I love Anthony. I don't know why he hates me so much. I don't understand. And honestly, I really like his like music wrapped here. It's not a Spotify wrapped; it's Apple Music. But
Yeah, Apple Music making its first appearance on the podcast today.
yeah,
So.
I mean, I love Bad Bunny. I love Travis Scott, Talking Heads.
Talking Heads is a deep cut, man. I was unfamiliar with Anthony's game until he gave us a ride back to his apartment before we flew over NAIC. He was listening to Talking Heads, and I was like, "All right, I can get down with that." I low key love the Talking Heads. So
Yeah,
Anthony's got
his top songs, Fiend. I love that song. Not Like Us. Obviously, you mentioned that before. I love that song.
yeah.
Monaco by Bad Bunny. The TikTok song heard around the world. Right?
True.
It's like in every TikTok ever. Yeah, I'm squawking it. I love this one. Yeah, this is right up my alley.
Yeah. Anthony will never say it out loud, but he loves you. We all do. So,
I don't
but
think so.
I also, yeah, I'm squawking this. This is good. This is good taste.
You know why I know Anthony loves me? Me and him went to the NASCAR Hall of Fame together. You don't do that with just
true.
anybody.
you don't think someone you're just okay with did NASCAR Hall of Fame.
Just wandering around Charlotte Regional. You want to go to the NASCAR Hall of Fame, bro? Yeah, sure. Let's do it while we're here. All right. This one, I don't know what the heck this is.
This is Lyle's.
Lyle's, okay. I missed that one.
Shout out to Lyle. Lyle was a late entry into this today. So also Apple Music user, 15,000 minutes listened to. And I'll take the lead on some of this. So Linkin Park, number one artist, can't go wrong with that. One of the best bands to ever do it. But Lyle listens. I was unfamiliar with his game. He listens to a lot of soundtrack music, as you can tell by Sega being one of his top artists. Find Your Flames is a song from Sonic Frontiers, a song that I'm so. You know, a lot of alternative rock. Sonic the Hedgehog also favors himself to alternative rock sometimes too. So there's some Arcane and League of Legends soundtrack in there. One of the best TV shows out right now. So I think Lyle's a gamer. I think Lyle's just he's a big gamer. So that's what I'm gathering from this. I'll listen to this.
I mean, I hate all of this. Lyle, you're a great guy, but me and you can't be any more opposite in our musical tastes. So.
And that's okay.
That's okay. That's okay. I still think Lyle's a great guy. I'd hang out with him whenever, but
I love Lyle. That's my guy.
It's a no for me, dog, as the great Randy Jackson once said.
I love Sonic the Hedgehog, so that's going to be a yes for me. So you can ride shotgun on my car, Lyle. All right, and now I think that it's for our group. Okay, okay. Now I got to hang myself out to dry here. All right, so this is my Spotify Wrapped. Now, let me preface this by saying that 3 out of these 5 artists are lo-fi music guys that I listen to in the background when I streamed. I did not realize how hard this would skew my algorithm because I'm quite embarrassed. Not embarrassed, but like Braxton Burks he does orchestral covers of Pokemon music, and that is like the safest music for me to listen to when I stream. So a lot of these 20,000 minutes is from me streaming on TCG Live on Twitch this last year. Kumu is another one of those, like, they just do like lo-fi remixes of video game songs. Sindri's the same thing. So 2 of these bands I actually listen to. Lawrence is one of my favorite bands currently, and Millington is a ska band from Pennsylvania that I really like. So
brother, I have no idea what I'm looking at.
Me neither. Truthfully, I do not know who this man is who listens to all this music. But
well, it does make sense now that it's the Arceus thing up there. I was like, did he like edit that in? Like, I don't understand.
Yeah. A lot of the songs that I listened to were from from Lawrence, the band. They dropped a new album this year that I really liked. They did a cover of "It's Gonna Be Me" with brass tracks. My taste in music, I describe it to people as it's roller rink music. I like a lot of trumpets. I like a lot of funky stuff. That's what I listen to when I'm in the car by myself. Obviously, that doesn't jive with everybody, but like I like ska, I like pop punk. I listen, a lot of anything with a trumpet in it. I'm more inclined to listen to. So that's why this is the way that it is. Yeah. So,
just the way that I had to eliminate you from Dead Draw this last week, I will have to seize your Spotify Wrap because quite frankly, I just don't even know what any of this is. So I can't like it. I can't squawk it. I love you, but no, I can't.
That's why I let you DJ when we drive because I listen to everything. You don't. So.
Yeah. All right, next.
All right. So now let's bring this into user submitted. I took the request onto Twitter, so we took I got a lot of requests. So shout out to everyone that sent their stuff in. So there's one I'll superimpose in at the end. It's that my friend Eric sent me, but this is from Ben Wing, Pokemon TCG player from Philadelphia, someone that me and George know, and I've gotten the pleasure to talk to him.
I don't know him that well. You know him better than me. I've talked to him a few times.
I talked to Ben. I talked to Ben on Twitter, and whenever we're in the same room together. But like we're passing by Twitter mutuals. So, yeah. But I was like, we know who he knows who I am. I know who he is.
So he has a young daughter. I'm hoping that's why this is the way it is, because having Hot to Go on there. Is a little odd for me.
It's a banger, man. It's a good song.
HOTTOGO, you can take me. Okay, it is pretty good. All right, fine. I'll seize it, Ben. I'll squawk it. Squawk it.
There you
go.
I'll
squawk it, Ben.
I love Porter Robinson. I've seen him in. Have I seen him in concert before? I have seen Porter Robinson in concert before. He's very, very good. So I'm into that. Linkin Park, very popular on the podcast.
Yeah, people love Linkin Park, huh? Who would have thought?
It's not my like style of alternative. But I get it. I understand why.
I think I really only know the one song by them, like, because in the end it doesn't even matter. That's the only one I know. I think that's it.
Hot to Go is a banger though. That song goes crazy. Yeah. Chapel Rome is. I slept on that album. That's a very good
I have
album,
to go back to my parents' house tonight because I'm watching the dog, and I may or may not throw that on the way home.
There you go, man.
Yeah.
Georgia's the Midwest princess that you were alluding to. So,
all right, let's keep it moving here. Who is this? This is Dom.
Yeah, this is Dom. Mr. What's his Twitter handle again? It's like Oatmeal Lover or something. You have any takes here?
I have no idea any of these things. So
I know Joey Valance and Bray are a hip hop duo.
Are they?
Yes, that's about the most that I know. I'm like this is very out of this. This is very like not my realm. And this is what I love about Spotify Wrapped. I get to kind of dive into other people's musical taste here. I have heard of none of these groups that Dom listens to.
Dom's a cool guy, bro. Like, I should probably give some of these a chance and to listen to them because they might be pretty good. But 72,766 minutes, brother.
That's a lot.
What are we doing? I'm hoping, like, for some reason at work, you're the guy putting music on or something. Like, something's got to give there. That's just a lot of time.
I respect the grind though, so.
But that's like that's like 1,000 hours. It's over 1,000 hours.
That is a lot. So again, you can only assume that you share this with somebody, or you're just listening to a lot of music in the gym or something. So
yeah.
I'm gonna seize it because I don't recognize any of these artists, but I'm sure it slaps.
Oh yeah, I'm seizing it. I have no idea what I'm looking at, so I can't squawk it. But shout out to Dom, dude. That's my guy. I love Dom.
That's my goat.
I will definitely give some of this a listen. Maybe Joey Valance and Bray. Check it out. Sure. I think this might be the last one. Nope,
there's two more. These are both from so this is from my friend Molly at Maulers on Twitter. So a lot of it was a big year for Charlie XCX amongst the girls. So it's Brat Summer, as the kids say.
Yeah, I saw her perform on SNL, and I don't get it, but my friend.
It's not for us.
Yeah, my friend's fiance, she's actually from the UK, and she loves Charlie XCX. So I do understand that part of it, but Brat Summer, if I have to listen to that song, I had to listen to it 3 times on repeat one night at my friend's house when she was over. and I think now I hate that song. But yeah, I'm gonna seize this one. I can't just relate. I hate everybody's music. I'm George Fabray. I hate your music.
I knew this was going to be a good idea the second I decided to do this. I like Charlie XCS a lot. A lot of my opinion of Charlie XCS has changed since her new album came out. A lot of what I like, a lot of my exposure to Charlie XCX is when she featured with Icona Pop on that one song like forever ago.
Yeah, sure.
So, but I think her music. I like her music. Tame Impala, I like a lot. Grimes is a fun choice. Chapel Rome is we've talked about it. I'm Chapel Rome's grown on me a lot. I like that. I like that album.
Does she usually
a lot,
keep her hair like that? I kind of dig that messy look, though. I'll say that.
I don't. I think that just might have been for the album. She just did a red carpet appearance for something. So
I think
um,
it's a cool vibe. I like that.
I'll squawk it. I'll squawk Brat Summer.
Yeah,
I'm into it.
yeah. You squawk everything. You're just
Shut up.
good cop, bad cop over here. All right. Last one here. Who's this?
Yeah, this is from my friend. This is from my friend Ari on Twitter. So a lot of the most music listened to so far.
88. What?
That is a lot.
It's like
that is someone that commutes to work
yeah,
and to and from.
bro. That's
a lot
like I'm trying to do the math. 60. That's 1,282 divided by 60 is like four. That's almost 1,500 hours.
It's a lot.
Jeez Louise.
Yeah, and Daft Punk being the number one artist. Are you a Daft Punk guy?
I mean, like, I'm not like, I wouldn't say I'm a Daft Punk guy, but I don't hate Daft Punk. You know, like, what's like their famous song with like Pharrell that like won all the awards?
Oh, Get Lucky.
Yeah, like that song's cool. I think they're very talented, Daft Punk. It's not just something I like. I'm like, let me throw out some Daft Punk right now. I know some people that swear by them though. So
Yeah, my
DJ Tiesto in there too is like that's super old school. I didn't even know like I don't know if that's like old music or he's coming out with music still. I haven't seen DJ Tiesto in a long time.
it's been a while. There's definitely some deeper cuts on here. But on the subject of Daft Punk, my roommate Julio loves Daft Punk, so I listen to a lot of Daft Punk. I think it's just I don't think anybody. It's like you said, like even if you're not like a Daft Punk guy, you're never gonna say no to when a song comes on in the car.
I mean, they're extremely talented. Like they're extremely talented.
Yeah.
Like they're very very good musicians. Things that they can do like audio engineering, they're kind of second to none in the game when it comes to producing music. So I respect it. I'm just not, you know, it's not really my go-to.
I'll squawk it on the house vibe.
I'll squawk it too. I'll squawk. I like. I don't know what Adventure Club or Whipped Cream is. Very.
It's probably in like the same. I think they're in this like the same like sort of hemisphere. Like
I'm actually very curious
music.
about Whipped Cream. That seems like a very odd game. Whipped Cream. Yeah. I was on my way to work today. Just threw on some whipped cream. Jammed out.
You don't ever take like a spin to like you just like find like a random like playlist on Spotify and just like throw it on like
No,
you don't ever do that.
No, you know what I do? I just hit the DJ X thing, whatever. It's like, yo, George, this is DJ X. This is what I put up for you today. And then it's always just all Drake, and I'm like, all right, here we go. You know.
There you go. Yes.
Yeah.
Yikes. This guy. So this is a fun experiment. Yeah, shout out to everyone who submitted, and I'm sorry if I couldn't get to everybody, but shout out to my friend Riz. He listens to a lot of SZA. She rules. So that's taste. It's a man of his culture. I like SZA. So again, I think it's you can tell a lot about a person by the type of music they listen to. And I'm a music guy. You claim to be a music guy, but you hate everybody else's music, so I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think I am a music guy now that I've gone through it. I think I just like my music and I like that. All right, so let's do a little exercise here. You keep saying you can tell a lot about it. What does my rap say about me, and I can say what your rap says about you.
Okay.
All right, put it this way: if you didn't know me, right? If you just saw that, right, and you just saw me in a room and you're like, this person's wrapped, what is your first opinion?
I would say that you you spend a lot of time in house parties. Like you look like it's just I'm trying to describe this in a way where it's just like if I didn't know you, because like it's exactly how I would have pictured it. Like you're a guy that like spends your you spend a lot of time at uh like at bars.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
those
I
are
mean, it's not far from the truth, is it?
like I mean what does mine say about me? Like what's
I mean, I didn't really know a lot of the things, so if I had to like look them up and I saw that it was all like Pokemon lo-fi, I'd be like, this guy like has to own a card shop or something. Like there's no way that he's listening to this on his enjoyment only. Um, and then if I saw like the trumpets or something, I'm like, this guy gets down with some percussions. This guy, not percussions. Is it percussion? No, brass,
no brass
brass,
flat.
brass, 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 brass,
I'm a big brass guy.
brass and percussions. Maybe. All I know
Yeah,
is
ska.
ska. I don't know what ska means, man.
Real big fish doesn't do anything to you. Less than Jake, anything?
What?
Real. Oh my gosh, I'm.
What?
You're killing me, Smalls.
Yeah. But anyway, no, I think it was a lot of fun. I think people listen to a lot of music, and now I think about when I put on music, people are probably like, "God, I hate this guy's music."
You're my thing is like if all right, like if I saw your playlist, I'd be like, okay, if I hand my aux to this guy at the party, I'm not gonna feel this isn't gonna be like a dud. Like there's some people that you hand them the aux, is like, like this might get kind of weird. Like I'm never gonna like, say what you want about a lot of the people on that list. Like the music is very good. Like
Yeah.
College Dropout, like that album is
Oh,
phenomenal. So
phenomenal. Hands down. Amazing.
but we'll yeah, that's gonna wrap up this week's different edition of Squawker Seas. I like that a lot. I think that was a lot of fun. We can make that maybe a yearly tradition on the podcast where we power rank, where we look at everybody's Spotify Wrapped. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this week's episode. George, like I said, I won't be there to see you off tomorrow, but good luck to you in Toronto,
Thanks,
and I
pal.
hope that you have fun at the bare minimum. That's all I want you from you.
We will definitely have fun. We will definitely have fun.
Alrighty, so let the people know where they can find you, where they can, where
Yeah.
in case they want to run into you and say hi in Toronto.
Pony Bottle Champ, PNYBTL Champ on the X platform, formerly known as Twitter. I am trying to get my tweets up, putting some stuff out there. I did retweet Justin Basil's new meta share list. Charizard being number one. I feel like every single time I go to a regional, it's number one. And I did quote tweet, and I didn't bring this up earlier, but this is the kind of content you can find on my Twitter, that we are now, if you're a going second in TCG, you have to bench 2 Pokemon because of cloth. So beware.
Yeah.
Oh, I did it again. How did I do?
It's always the peace sign. I think that's what does it.
No, I don't know.
It's not going to do it. So
Yeah. And where can they find you, my friend?
you guys can find me on the app formerly known as Twitter at KoopaNJ. Again, I will not be in Toronto this weekend. I will instead be. I actually have a very busy weekend. I have a company party on Friday. I have the Sonic Symphony on Saturday, and I have a Friendsgiving holiday thing on Sunday. So I'm going to be very, very busy this weekend. Wow. So I will be tapping in where I can. If you guys want to see the food that I eat and watch me cry watching Sonic the Hedgehog, you guys can check me out there on Twitter. So, and obviously follow the show, all that fun stuff. We're on wherever you get your. We're on Spotify. We're on YouTube. Check us out there. Follow us on. Let's try to get the 50 subs on the YouTube channel by the end of the year.
That would be great. That would
sub up, bro. That'd be sick. Let's try to start the year off right. You know what I'm saying? So we're but until then, we will catch you guys next week. Have yourselves a wonderful time, everyone. We'll see you on the other side.
Peace.